Hello. There. You can put your head on that. I read a lot of books, so I'm going to take you through some superlatives of the books that I've read, because to me they're all fantastic and amazing, and you should read them too. However, I'm going to actually add in here ones that I don't like, okay? Because not everything's positive, and some things we don't need to waste our time on, okay? Hi. Hold on. He wanted to get in it, but now I think he's... Okay. We'll let him do his thing. So, I wrote them... I wrote them all down on this notebook, and I gave myself some categories that we're gonna try to talk about, because I don't just want to list off books because I can't remember, to be honest. Like, I know I like these, but if I've read them over 2 months ago, I probably can't tell you much about the book other than I really liked it. I don't know if that's me with short-term memory or just because I read a lot of books. I'm gonna choose to believe it's because I read a lot of books. Favorite series. So my favorite series, and I don't have it because any book that I like, I thrust upon my sister and tell her that she needs to read it or else. So I don't have a physical copy. So the Millennium series is by Stieg Larsson, and they made a movie. The first book is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and it is phenomenal. I don't know what it's on now, but that movie is really good, as well as the book, obviously. Can you see this? Can you see this? Right there. This is my favorite book. It had 3 books in it, and then I think the author passed away. So the following books were not written by him, obviously. So I stopped after the 3rd one, but it was so good, I couldn't put it down. It was like suspense, but it was like the main female lead was like a boss. Like, I really like when books have a good female lead who like doesn't take any and just like does her thing. Next category is favorite genre. So I read majority 2 genres, okay? And I get made fun of for the one, but I don't care. So my favorite genre is fantasy romance. That's the genre that if I read it, I can't put the book down. I'm thinking about it. I'm asking my boyfriend why he's not like the characters in the book. And I just I read those ones so quickly, and I find myself wanting to read those more. Honorable mention is just straight up romance and straight up fantasy. And like if there's a fantasy book and there's like a little tinge of romance like thrown in there, like I could get down with that. Or like if there's just a romance book and it's like small town, like blah blah blah, like I can read that. Okay, favorite of 2024 because it's January and I just looked at my Goodreads Wrapped and all the books that I read there. I hit my goal of 25, so I mean, give me some cheers and congratulations, please. Thank you. I upped my 2025 book goal to 27 because we always have to get better. So my favorite of 2024 was The Nevernight Chronicles by Jay Kristoff. So good, okay? I also thrusted this one upon my sister, so I don't have the physical copy, so I'll look this one up again. So good. Again, a main female boss character did what she want, thought what she want. It was so good. Oh, you're gonna fall, sir. What is he doing? What are you doing? This one was more like fantasy forward, and there were some like little bits of romance in there, which I also enjoyed. But it follows the main character mainly on like a journey over 3 books. So here is that for you. Buy it on Kindle for $6.99. That's a steal. Really, that's a steal. This is my promo for Kindle. Buy a Kindle. They're amazing. Saves paper. You don't need to store all the physical books, because who wants to do that? You save $3 here. Oh no, I bought it! I bought it on accident! No! Oh, wait, I'm gonna cancel my order. Oh, okay. See? If you accidentally buy it, you can immediately cancel. One note about the Nevernight Chronicles is, in my opinion, it was a little bit slow at the beginning, but it really does pick up, and if you give it a chance, it gets so much better. Jay Kristoff has a unique way of writing, so also give that a chance, please. So that's my spiel on that one. Favorite author? Kristen Hanna. Okay, because she's consistently good. I do have some of her books here that I will show to the camera to prove, in case you think I'm lying, that I do like Kristen Hanna. So we have, I'm gonna utilize you since you're on my lap. The Four Winds. This one takes you through the Dust Bowl, okay? Main character, Elsa. Again, female lead in every book. Love it. Love to see it. This one, Alaska, okay? Rural Alaska. Main character, her name is Lenny, okay? I promise I read these, but I told you I forget everything 1 month later, other than the fact that I liked it. This one made me cry. This one is like daughter-father dynamic, kind of, you know, you always need a good cry. Last physical one I have, The Nightingale. I think this was the first Kristen Hanna book I read. Main character's name, Vianne and Isabel. This one, World War II. I feel like World War II is an extremely popular historical fiction topic. I just really like Kristen Hanna, so this one for me. So, The Women, about the Vietnam War, a nurse who goes over there and serves after her brother goes over there, and it takes you through her journey during the war and then after the war, how she deals with everything coming back home and America after the Vietnam War. But I think she did a really, really good job of portraying the women in the Vietnam War. So here you go. Here you go. Can you see this with the light? I don't even know if you can see that with the light. My most anticipated book coming up is Onyx Storm. It's the 3rd book in why can't I? Maybe I do have memory loss, but I'll look it up. Rebecca Yarros. It's the 3rd book in the Empyrean series. It's really good. The last book ended on like such a cliffhanger. Again, ooh. It follows a girl who goes to school to learn how to ride dragons, and she meets this dragon rider guy. Then from there, I'm not gonna say what happens, but you can assume and or read the book. My favorite fantasy books, it's the first one that I read getting into fantasy books and reading, and it was like, do you want to take a guess what I'm about to pull up? Because I think you probably know. If you're on Book Talk or anything, I think you know. If you've scrolled through Barnes & Noble, I think you know. Or at least you know who wrote them. Did I just give it away? I don't know. So, I'm gonna let you remember what these books look like, okay? Also, if you hear clicking in the background or chuckling every so often, just don't mind. This was like the first fantasy series that I read, and my best friends read this before me, and they were big readers. My best friend works at a library, so shout out Kenzie. It follows a girl who ends up in a new world, and she meets this guy, you know, fantasy romance. Take your guesses from there. Each book, a new thing happens. It's not like repetitive through this whole stack here. I have a controversial favorite character because my one friend likes this character, my other friend does not like this character. People who've read this book, you know who I'm talking about. I read this book when I had COVID on Christmas Eve, and that was the worst thing ever, but because I read this book, it made it so much better. That'll give you a hint on who my favorite character is. But highly recommend, it's like the Gateway series. This is ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas. So, read this one. And because I have so many books in my library, I wanted to pull some honorable mentions. I have the other book, it's laying right over there, but because I have this little boy on my lap, I'm not gonna go and disturb him and get it. So this is Crescent City. This is also by Sarah J. Maas. It's the same genre, a fantasy romance. It's really, really good. I love the main female girl in this book a lot more than I like the girl in ACOTAR, which is why I'm mentioning this series as well, because she was better than the main girl in ACOTAR, but my favorite character in ACOTAR was better than her, if that makes sense. So read both of them. The other book's over there, and I read the last book on my Kindle because it was just too, like, these are big. It was too big for me to hold up. My little arms I just can't do that. So I read it on my Kindle. That's it. So currently I'm reading The Throne of Broken Gods. It's by Amber V. Nicole. It's the second book in the Gods and Monsters series. I really enjoyed the first book. The second book is good as well, but so far it's not as good as the first one. But I'm still really enjoying it. So next book that I read, I think I'm gonna read Onyx Storm. So I think I'm gonna go that direction after I finish my current book. Well, actually, no, I think there's 2 more books in the series that I'm currently reading. I'll have to look. But one thing also, I don't like if there's a series that has been finished and written in its entirety, and I start it, I can't stray from that to read another book. Like, I need to finish that series in its entirety or not start it at all, because if I don't finish it, I'm gonna forget all of the stuff that happened in the first book, and it just doesn't make sense to me. I've decided I'm gonna finish the Gods and Monsters series because I do think there are 2 more, and then I'll read Onyx Storm. So that's my library. It's actually over there, but again, this large little boy is enjoying his cuddle session with me, so I'm not gonna disturb him. I'm just gonna sit here and drink my coffee and read the book that I'm currently reading because my Kindle is within arm's reach, so no disruption needs to happen there. But I hope you're gonna read some of the books that I talked about because they're really, really good. Oh, I forgot to mention the ones that I did not like. Quickly. Elin Hildebrand. I forget what the name of the book was because I just really didn't like it, but it's about a family and their mom dies and their mom is looking down upon them. I don't know, I just really didn't like that book. And then the other one was Emily Henry, one of Emily Henry's books. I could not finish that book. That is the only book I have ever picked up and not finished because I didn't like it. I bought that book, a physical copy of that book, and I gave it to Kenzie because I said, I cannot read this. It is not good at all. Please take it away from me. I don't want to even look at it anymore. Get it out of my sight. Wow, what a way to end a video on a negative note. So either go buy a Kindle and then proceed to buy books on here, or go to Barnes & Noble, stroll around, you know, buy a bev, you know. Nothing's better than this book, nice. You know what I mean? So that's always fun. If you're bored on a Saturday, just head on down to your local Barnes & Noble, or go to a small bookshop. It doesn't have to be Barnes & Noble. I'm sure if there's a small bookshop, there's a coffee shop next to it. Go into that coffee shop, get your favorite drink, and then go into the bookshop and shop around, talk to the people there. That's always fun. I'd say small bookshop, and then if you don't have one near you, Barnes & Noble, because we're supporting the books and the writers because they deserve it. Everyone deserves something. Okay, well that's it. I hope you read more. It's so fun. Happy reading, and bye.